produce. Talking. I screwed. I'm so sorry. Oh God, I ruined it. Oh no.
Thanks, Fractal. You made all of our dreams come true with computer cases. Okay, here we go. Game number 1, OGNP. This is lower bracket finals. This is where boys and men are separated.
Arc Warden is available.
It's
available.
Very astute.
Thank you.
Ancient Apparition.
If NP doesn't take it, I think OG does just that.
I think they want to go Alk.
Hey, what happened to our community banned heroes at the top? Why did that disappear? That's weird.
I don't know.
That is
well, they're banned, but you just can't.
Thanks, Pimp Muckle.
Thanks, Buka. It was Buka. Come on.
Thanks, JJ.
That was Pimp Muckle.
It's not even the one that's.
That's true. It's always the Germans' fault. Let's be real.
I mean, fair enough. Yeah. Oh, great, Warlock. Wow.
I wonder why they banned AA so early. Do they want to play Alk or something?
That's what I was just thinking. I was like, I guess they want to pick Alk. Who knows?
Oh. Great heroes. Can we sub out casters? Can I just sit this one out?
Listen, Shannon, I had to do a Naga game the first game, and guess what? It turned out all right. It was low 27 minutes.
Yeah, Shannon, you know, they don't have any offlaners to choose
How
from.
often does that happen, though?
Well,
I
mean, is it a guaranteed core in the hands of OG? Could they be interested in a little support Naga action? I guess probably not. I want to believe, man. Okay, I'm trying to think positive.
Hey, listen,
here.
you thought there was going to be Alina on the last game, and there was. So I don't know what you did to make that happen. But.
Well, see, all of my good fortune that's gone into Dota has been taken away from all of my production fortune. It's a zero-sum game. It's been a rough. What day is it? Thursday.
So what you're saying is we should just take you off the panel and
no, stop it.
For the
second pick for NP.
I believe from a drafting perspective, you have to assume that Naga Siren is core first.
Okay.
And you have to draft accordingly because I feel like if you do not draft against a Naga Siren core, you will very quickly lose out on the game. Whereas a Naga Siren support is more. I think you can remedy that hero through play from a support position. Better than a core.
And we got the good old Mirana for NP. That is Envy's go-to hero. That would have been really bad.
Almost spilled my coffee. Yeah, this is a great combo. Mirana Warlock. We've seen it many a time now. Fatal Bonds plus AoE damage is scary.
It's dirty.
Mm-hmm.
And you get like a golem on top of like a big Starstorm with an Aghanim Scepter, and all of a sudden it starts to really hurt. But they do have Song, though, so they can reset the fight, which is nice.
Very true.
I think one of other Mirana's biggest strengths is also the fact that she pushed down waves incredibly quickly as soon as you get that Aghanims, and that will help close off the map quite a bit and make it so the split pushing aspect of Keeper of the Light and Naga Siren, because both of them employed that tactic, will be a lot less credible. I think Mirana will be able to help deal with taking control of the map earlier in the game before the full Radiance Manta Octarine comes out. Obviously, at a certain point, you can't actually deal with that with just one core. But
well, Anti-Mage, third ban for OG, and there's the Undying. We talked about him quite a bit, being a potentially high-value choice with all these offlaners taken out. So pretty curious what these teams are going to do in offlane. We still have Darkseer and I guess Centaur, Clockwork, maybe the big top three.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine
Centaur's a 1. I mean, come on.
Is he?
That's a position 1 hero now. Yeah.
Yeah, you're kind of right.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty much
too
all
hard.
we've seen it.
Yeah.
It's too hard to make that hero work from the offlane position unless you're Pasha.
Unless you're VP, yeah, exactly. They've played it like with pretty good success.
Garbage offlane.
You can run it in offlane if you're not Suns fan. Go on.
How dare you? Pretty sure Centaur's a mid hero now. Every lane but offlane.
Stats returned. They can't attack me.
Yes, it's perfect. All right, I'm thinking Invoker. One of these picks. Either team can play him.
So OG are certainly drafting like it's an Naga Siren core, right? Animage and Alchemist are both known to be some of the best safe lane farmers to go up against Naga Siren because their timings just fit really well. If like the game's gonna draw out and Alchemist is okay with that, he also reaches a really good peak before Naga Siren does, and Animage very clearly reaches very strong peak timings when the Naga Siren is still trying to build up. Like, you can potentially go high ground with your, like, Abyssal Blade before Naga Siren has the Manta Octarine complete.
Yep.
Even if she just has Radiance, you can still bully that out with a Manta, or with Animage.
What if OG just goes super defense here? You know, like, pick up a Tinker to go with that Coddle Naga. Just hold the high ground. It's greedy, but
Don't even put that thought in my head.
It's possible, Mott. They
I
could
don't
do
wanna-
it.
Are you trying to kill me?
I actually
I don't
would,
think
yeah,
you wanna
like pretty
do
much.
that,
I'm not
yeah.
complaining because I think I'm not casting, and Sunsven has to, and I actually enjoy seeing his pain. I enjoy the Schadenfreude.
You
That's
know
the way
what
to
hero
pronounce
is also good with Coddle?
What?
Medusa.
Yes.
Yeah, that's just.
Then you can go late game with Medusa Naga.
That's
That's
a great
great.
combo.
That
I
sounds
totally don't need to get up
fantastic.
early to take a cab tomorrow. Awesome.
I think,
I think we should put
Ogre would
Cinder on the
probably
best of 5.
be. Oh.
Okay, the
Decorative.
Jug. Saw him ignored completely in the last series.
I'm alright with that. That's a good choice. I feel.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. Miranda Jug matchup's kind of interesting.
I think it's fine for Jug, isn't it?
Yeah, you have poor
Yeah.
man shields.
Yeah.
Mirana and Invoker are two of the most notorious mids right now that are picked up that are susceptible to poor man shields.
Yeah.
Mid heroes.
Clockwork.
There it is.
Yep, MSS, I presume. It could be a support, I guess.
I
But
think NP picks Lifestealer here, gang.
They picked the Clockwork third, so you could technically still go Shadow Fiend if you wanted to, but I don't think they would because they already have the Mirana going mid, so it's probably not going to happen. Unless they want to do Mirana safely.
I like the Lifestealer, though.
Yes, I do as well. I, too, am a fan of the Lifestealer.
What is-
Kindred, to complete, because you already have a pretty good idea of what OG is most likely going to be doing here with the Juggernaut and Naga Siren. They could switch it up and put Naga Siren support, but if you're assuming that we're going to be looking at more split push and late game power from OG, do you want a pushing core for your safe lane hero for NP? And if so, what kind of hero? Like, would you be down with a Luna or something?
I think if you're NP, you don't want to play for late game in this game. Even though like a hero like Warlock is very special because it's a 5 support that's strong the whole game. It's good in lane, good in mid game team fights, and good in late game fights. But it's just like the problem Warlock has against Naga is that it doesn't get to fight like it wants because the fight will never be centered in one place. So I agree. I think NP need to just go for grouping up and pushing. I could see something like you said, could work. Jakiro could be an option as a support, as the other support, if they really want to commit for that. They could go for Dragon Knight. I think that could be a nice pick for their lineup. Even though that would probably put Mirana in a different position than mid. I don't know if they play safe lane Mirana ever, NP.
Not
they could
usually. I
do
don't
It's,
think.
it's
something
almost
like
always Envy that plays it, I believe.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like the Luna a lot. Alternatively, a pretty good hero here could be Morphling, maybe. Then they have the chance of also matching them late. Morphling has a good overlap with Naga.
That was exactly the question I was going to ask you, is if they don't go push, could they actually pick up the Morphling against Naga Siren? Because I feel like that matchup is still, like, I know people like to have Morphling against Naga Siren,
Good
but I
call,
would
boys.
I'm still concerned about pushing that, like, because you're facing a Juggernaut, and isn't Juggernaut a decent? He's not amazing. He's no Animage, but isn't he still a decent hero against Morphling? He goes through Lincolns. He has Diffusal Blade Manta against that hero.
Generally, the way Morphling works in the mid game, if you have a good safe lane, you get a lot of farm. The biggest threat of the hero is actually not about the core matchups. It's about the fact that your supports just die, and then you're outnumbered. So if you're playing on OG's side here and this Morphling gets an E-Blade, your Rubik or your Coddle will die. And it's almost like it's very difficult to play around unless you have like really good timing with Glimmer Cape, or if your supports are very farmed. Which, if you're playing a lineup with Naga, probably not going to be the case. The supports in a Naga lineup generally don't get so much farm. So I like this Morphling pick a lot. I think especially it's not just a pick for the game, but it's a good pick for the team. I think NP feel very comfortable. And that's important when you have your drafts. That's your players feel at home in the game. And all of this is like trademark heroes for all of their players. It's like maybe the best hero for every one of their players so far.
That's true.
At least one of them. So very
Chen
good.
and Puck. Final bands here. Final last pick is Shadow Demon.
Oh,
Chen.
yeah, I
boy.
missed this hero so much.
Good setup for the Mirana. It's uncanny.
And illusions again, and
This is what happens when you ban all the off-lane heroes. This shit gets through.
Oh,
God
no.
damn it.
Shannon's angry.
We've got one series in elimination mode with Shadow Demon Morphling. What are we going to do?
Yeah, I don't
Actually,
know.
is this the first
Oh,
series
yeah.
ever?
Shadow Demon's been banned
Shadow Demon
every
is not-
other
Shadow
day.
Demon has not been in the.
He's been
I'm
banned
still
every
sick
other
of
day.
him. I don't give a shit. I'm sick of this piece of shit hero.
You
Get him
it's
outta
really
here.
great that the one series Shannon gets to cast, he's
know what?
super triggered.
Oh, here we
Yeah,
go.
from
The
now
cherry
on,
on
we're
top,
gonna
LC.
We're gonna have a Suns fan ban. I get one hero each series or each day. Or the entire tournament I can get rid of. this tournament would have been Shadow Demon.
I mean, honestly,
sure.
we make up so much about this tournament, we could get away with it, I'm sure. And people-
Shannon, you know what? That is a
That's true.
really good idea for Elimination Mode 3. The Suns fan ban. Every day it can be something different.
Yeah, that's gonna be our biggest feature, the biggest addition to the next tournament. Fuck like the production and the stream going down. That's probably still gonna be there, but that one Suns fan ban.
It's
to
a
do-
Suns
happening.
You have to do
nugget.
like you have to do a video where you're just like you just talk about why you ban. You're like holding a glass of wine by the fireplace, and you're just like, Clockwork is banned today.
Yes, Clockwork.
All right, I'm in,
Disgusting
guys.
hero.
This is how dreams are realized right here.
Yes.
God, there's
Go
gonna
on.
be so many illusions this game.
Yeah.
I know, God.
Imagine you've never watched Dota before, and this is the first game you watch. You're
I'd
probably
love to
never
do a
gonna watch
newbie
it again.
stream of
Yeah,
this.
that's a very good point, Sin.
That's
Well,
fair.
Well, thank
Suns
God.
fan wants
Thank
to-
God
Which
there
one of
isn't
the
that many people
17
watching this
Nagas is the
tournament.
real one?
Wow, this Dota game really takes a long time to play, huh? I don't think I have the time to play a 70-minute long game.
It's an interesting dynamic. We didn't really talk about the last pick LC very much for OG. We are going to load into the game here, but thoughts about the LC mod? I know Suns fan doesn't like
I'm
it.
not a fan.
Shit hero.
I'm not a fan.
Yes.
I'm not a fan.
But with Coddle, the burst damage is dank.
I think you had to get some lockdown versus Legion Commander because both your supports are like you didn't have like a good really good disruptor or something like that to lock down Morphling, so you had to get something to really make sure that hero stayed in
But
place,
the-
and there isn't too many offlaners left. Like they could have
Problem
gone Magnus again or like
Yeah.
Doom, but that's not a
You
hero.
can reset
Doom's
your
definitely not a
duel
hero.
whenever. You could
Lol.
disrupt. You can Warlock Golem if someone gets dueled. I mean, it's kind of.
I mean, I'm looking at the pool, and I can't think of too many better options. You know, like as Cap's saying, they wanted somebody with lockdown. Darkseer doesn't quite fit the bill there. You know, Nyx Assassin, maybe.
Centaur.
Yeah.
Something that LC does well is there's generally, if you look at patterns of how teams pick Naga Siren, there's generally two things you're looking for. You're looking for Naga to not be the only scaling core in your team. That's why they also have Juggernaut. So Naga will farm, but you need another hero that also gets strong because Naga can't win the game alone later. So you want a second core. And then you want, preferably if possible, the third core to have a catch, because what's going to happen is Naga will push in all the waves, and then the enemy team has to spread out. And when they spread out, you want to get the jump. And
need to
Legion
remake.
with Shadowblade
Yeah,
is
I think
perfect.
Why
I
did they
just
pick
realized
up
that. I switched to the draft, and I was like,
Where's the attack from?
Somebody really
Yeah,
wanted
it's-
Abaddon.
Oh, that's a great pick.
I think it was. They said Jerax. I don't know
that-
if it was actually him.
Disconnecting.
Okay, are we sure we're remaking this?
Yeah.
Okay. I kind of like as much as I love to disagree with Suns fan, I'm gonna disagree with him again, because I actually think Legion Commander is a fairly underrated hero, at least among you guys, because
Yeah,
you
you
all
would
seem to
say
think
that.
it's shit. I haven't played it very much, and we haven't picked it that much, but the thing the hero takes advantage of a lot is that it has some of the best base stats in the game. It's actually ridiculously strong level 1. And the meta game right now has so much to do with your early laning. If you fall behind a significant amount in the first 10 minutes, you pretty rarely see teams come back. So you want strong laners that can contest and prevent the enemy from reaching their timings. And a hero like Legion Commander takes a lot of focus in the lane, so the supports get less levels. It's like, if you remember back to TI3, how Alliance played Bulldog's Fury on every game. He was just being super fucking annoying in the offlane, you know? Like, you're blocking every camp and just being an asshole, and then you don't get levels on your supports. Legion doesn't do the same necessarily, but to an extent the
Then they're
idea
enjoying.
is similar. You know, you're just a strong...
Do you even
Hero
know the
that's not
reason
him.
I hate LC? You
It's-
should know this. Join the game, by the way. Join the slot.
I'm joining, man.
What's the reason that I hate LC?
I don't know, why is not... Oh, there it is, okay.
Other than that she is
Because
terrible.
it's not a male hero in Dota 2.
Well, no, that's not the whole story,
Wow.
Cinderin. Don't make it into a sexism
Yeah,
thing.
you sound
Because
like
she also
piece
doesn't
of
have a
shit,
horse
Shannon.
anymore.
It's mainly the horse, actually.
Doesn't have
Yeah, that
horse,
bothers me.
isn't male.
Doesn't have
If it was a
horse.
woman on a horse, then that's fine. I mean,
That
it would have
bothered
been
me
better with a
too.
guy with a huge mustache, but still, the horse is like, and it's not just a horse. Go to
It's
Dota
the
1
horse
and look.
dick,
It's
isn't
a
it?
fat
That's what it's
fucking
missing.
horse, right?
I agree, Shannon. I loved Legion in Dota 1. Not having the horse was a
Let's
big
let's
problem.
let's take a look
Hey,
here.
real quick, Cinderin, can they go aggro on OG to give Legion a 1v1 against Clockwork? Naga,
With
Coddle,
who would you
Rubik
aggro
against
with?
some
The
Morphling?
Coddle or the Naga or
think
the
That's
Jug?
the one.
I guess
Hey,
you would
they could
aggro
do
with
it
the
then also.
Naga. They can do that. I don't actually know how even that matchup is. I think Clock versus Legion isn't really specifically Legion favored. I think
Yeah,
it's pretty even.
I think
But-
Warlock is also too hard to go tri-lane against, maybe.
And I think you need to
Really
consider that probably the most important hero in OG's lineup to have the best game in the start is Naga. Like, you want
Yeah.
Naga to get off to a good start. And whenever you aggro tri-lane, there's always some farm that gets lost on the way.
All right, very nice. With that transition, Mr. Suns fan, this is you and Cinderen's game to cast. Have fun, big guy.
God, I hate this guy so much. Hello.
Oh, yourself or Zyori?
How did you? Well, everybody, I guess.
Oh,
I am a curmudgeon at the end of the day. Hi, Cinderin. It's been a long time since we cast. How's it going? Thanks for
hasn't been that
gracing us
long.
with your presence.
We cast a replay the other day. Oh,
Nobody watched that.
Okay. That's
What do you think of these
unfortunate.
lineups, friend?
I think this is like the most, one of the most captain's mode looking games I've seen in this tournament, actually.
How many games of
fun
this
stuff.
tournament have you actually watched? As Shadows Demon's going to get initiated upon? Oh, they're going to miss the blast.
He's gonna survive, believe me.
No, it's
I was
it's
wrong.
1437. He never survives in the beginning of the game.
I was just kidding, by the way.
All right. So please
kind of
break down
favor-
this draft.
So I think I favor OG a bit, and it's mainly because I think, like we were saying, both teams are very much at home in their drafts, but the problem that I see for NP is that this Naga will more than likely become a problem. The Morphling is a decent solution, but I don't know if it can do it alone, and that's the issue that I see for NP, is that late in the game, like, who's actually going to kill illusions? It's going to be pretty difficult for the Radiant to take care of it. Marana
You fight
Ants is one
illusions
thing,
with
but-
illusions. That's
Yeah.
the strat.
It's just, the problem is just that Naga has more, you know? Replicate?
I don't know why you take me. Alright, Cinderen's rusty, guys. He doesn't understand sarcasm.
No.
90% of what I say is sarcasm, even if I'm being serious.
Was that sarcastic too? Because then it's super meta now.
Exactly. That's the
Okay.
entire point.
I have no idea what you...
By the way, I don't know if you
believe
have your in-game mic on, but you should turn it on,
Oh.
just in case there are 10 viewers watching on the Captain's Draft ticket.
Yeah, which one is it? Open mic?
Open
Team?
mic team. Oh, Lord.
Okay. Alright, I
S4
got
is
it,
going
I
to
think. Yeah, we got
de-ward
it.
here in the bot lane, by the way. And they're going to secure themselves the bot rune. It's going to be one for each. Can you tell me why Clockwork is such a bad hero?
I think Clock is pretty damn good, actually. I thought with all the offlaners being banned this week by the community that Clock was going to be like a first phase pick in most games, because...
It has been. First two
Yeah.
series.
Okay, because that makes sense. Like, in this game, it got third picked, I think, by NP.
Yeah, and I think DC picked it, if I'm not mistaken, they picked it like first two, I want to say.
But that wasn't in game one, right? It got
I think it
through
was
to-
game one.
Was it game one? Okay.
Yeah.
I could be mistaken. Because
That was
this
the
hero
game
is
day one, so yeah, it was.
the biggest weakness that Clockwork has is if there is a meta where the games draw out and there isn't much fighting. But right now the game is a lot about fighting and the early lane control. He has good base stats, he's good in lane, he's annoying, and then he wants to fight, you know. Then this hero gets level 6, he's all about skirmishing and team fighting and setting his team up. So when there is a playstyle where that is favored, he makes a decent comeback. And of course, he can also take advantage of getting farm against any lane, right? You will always get something with cogs, which is nice. We are going to see the aggro tri-lane, though, that Cap was talking about from OG. I think they're... Basically, when you run a tri-lane versus tri-lane like this, and it's arguably the most important farming core on both sides that are in the tri-lane, it's just flat out because you think you're gonna harass the enemy farmer so much that you're gonna win on CS. Like, that's the end goal here for OG. And Caudle is so good for this spam kind of lane.
That's your hero. Remember when the Aghanim Scepter upgrade came out for him and you orgasmed every time you talked about it?
Yeah. I said it's gonna be so sick. Everyone
good
said
times.
no, and now it's like the default first buy. Oh,
Don't worry,
boy.
we definitely caught that on camera.
Yep. Who's on camera?
Zyori.
Great work, Zyori. Let's see if he got it.
Blame Zyori. and
disruption?
nothing else. Yeah, disruption, but no arrow to come. Not even close right now, but Jerax takes a lot of right clicks. Ana in the mid lane versus Eternal Envy. Jug versus Marana. He actually went crit level 1 and got a couple of nice... I've never actually seen that before, but I guess it's because of the leap. Can't really get the spin off. Is he even going to upgrade Blade Fury past level 1?
Oh, it was a tactical play by S4. He died to come back and then kill the clock, and now he has a full level advantage.
Wait, what?
That's
Did we miss
pretty
another?
smart play.
What the fuck? Alright, Zyra, you're gonna need to tell me when I'm missing kills. This is not gonna work. But anyway,
You're missing kills.
Hello?
apparently, yeah. Just say if I'm missing a kill. That'll be much.
Okay, sorry. I
Much
thought I could take
appreciated.
my headset off and have some lunch while we're watching this game, but I guess not. It's all good,
Wait,
buddy. I got
Did
you.
you miss any kills? Did you actually miss any?
I might have missed the first blood, but I caught all the
Okay.
others.
That's fine. All right. I've missed
Oh.
literally every single kill.
That's like
so.
the reverse of me.
Great.
You know,
Anyway.
remember when Cinderin had to use his you had to be camera for DAC? I think it was. Is that right? Am I remembering that correctly? I'm not talking to you, Zay. I'm talking to Cinderin.
When we... Oh...
You had to take over camera, and it was some of the worst camera work in the world.
Yeah, I do not move the camera smoothly.
Yeah, that's okay.
at all.
Anywho, bottom lane, tri lane's going to continue. No kills as of yet in this lane. It's just been the off lane battle for the most part. And here we're going to go again. Clockwork
Yeah.
Cogs into battery assault. Legion Commander getting somewhat low. They're just manning up completely. It looks like S4 is going to take the brunt of the damage, attempting to run away, but that battery assault is so strong in a 1v1
What's
matchup.
going on in this lane? They're
He's 2
taking
and 1.
turns at killing each other. This is so rare. It's been 3 minutes and they've died 3 times in that lane. Like I don't understand. That's some special
MSS
stuff.
doesn't have any regen now, so he's next to die, right? Pretty sure that's what's going to happen here.
The reason this is happening in the lane is that, I mean, first of all, they're both playing really aggressively, right? But they both have Orb of Venom, so if someone gets ahead in the exchange, he can just run the other guy down, and you can't get away. This time, of course, like you said, MSS gets the...
Oh, they're switching
the
things
kill?
up though. S4 goes bot, no tail top. Are they gonna dual lane or tri lane here bot? We got some more rotations.
I'm not sure. I think the problem that OG feel like they're facing is that their Naga is... he's not getting bad farm, but they probably have a feeling that he's not out farming the Morphling in the lane. Oh, there was a kill mid.
Missed that? What the fuck is wrong with you?
I don't know. It's
Excellent
early in the
play-by-play,
morning,
Shannon.
okay?
This is some good stuff.
It has nothing to do with me, okay?
There was a kill mid, guys.
You're part of this. You know, this is actually tradition almost for the Suns fans, Cinder and Cass, because Cinder never actually looks at the kills either, and then I'm sitting there looking like an idiot because I'm typically on the camera, but it's fine. We'll just get the kinks out in this game 1, and I mean this is one of those 60 to 70 minute games, so you're gonna be begging for missed kills at the 30-minute mark. Let me tell you.
Okay, let me look at this. So here's what I think. They probably moved S4 bottom because he has stronger and more reliable harassment against the Morph. Like, the way this lane is playing out so far is one team casts Illuminate and the other team casts Shadow Word. And that's truly very complex and exciting gameplay. So they're going to keep doing that forever until someone dies. And it looks
I
like
see.
that could possibly be NP in trouble now, because Warlock is finally out of mana. Surprise, Coddle's team is not out of mana. So now they either have to leave the lane with Warlock or somebody gonna die fairly
By
soon.
the way, what is this resurgence of Warlock in the past? It's been like 2 months at this point. It feels like forever, but untouched at TI essentially.
I think
Was he even buffed in the patch after TI? I can't remember.
he might have been, but I think he's also been like secretly very strong for a long time. And then what pushed him into being a first pick, I think, is that people realize now how good Fatal Bonds is. The spell is actually ridiculous. And like I was saying with Clock, the playstyle, right? Right now you're playing to secure lanes and win lanes and play early team fights, and Warlock's like
Speaking
perfect
of
for all of
Clockwork,
those things.
MSS uses his first hook shot of the game. Gets a very easy kill on the call.
You're looking at the wrong place. You found a kill, man.
My bad.
Bottom lane's where it's at.
All right, let's watch bottom lane. S4 looking for the right click, looking for the Radiant Creep. Oh, gets it 40 gold.
No
for him.
CS Lul on that
Deny.
one.
Oh, and he misses the deny, but gets the last hit on the creep. That's fine. That's intended. For
So
sure.
how's mid going? Mid's even. I know overall a pretty even game right now. Both teams are kind of accomplishing what they want.
1437. Go ahead.
Yeah, that is one of the players in the game. Shadow Demon. He has a double damage rune. Might have tried for disruption, didn't get it. The disrupting into arrow against Jug is very difficult. I actually do believe it's impossible if he has spin and he's just mashing the button.
He'd use spin. That's the reason. If they had high ground ward, they would have seen him, but it was
Yeah.
just the fog.
But I think that play is only possible with it on cooldown, so we're not going to see much of Shadow Demon in here.
Yeah.
It's actually a side benefit for OG and having that hero in the game is that the SD pick has less options in the draft of like how it can play the game.
I think they've also
Kind of
been
locked.
countered by S4 as well. Once he gets press the attack, that takes off the arrow stun anyway.
Yep.
But we haven't seen that yet because he hasn't leveled it yet, and he's just been farming this tri lane.
Got duel
as
now.
AUI. Yeah, he does have duel. I mean, this. You were kind of talking about this early game, but LC in general just feels so underwhelming a lot of times because he doesn't have any comeback mechanic at all. He can take a little bit of damage here as Clockwork gets a kill on Coddle. But we're going to focus on this bot lane as MSS gets the battery assault off, but Jarex is there with the save. So S4 will walk away safely.
Oh,
As I
nice.
say, that gets hooked right in the ass. And down S4 goes.
If only Legion had a horse, that hook shot would have not hit.
I mean, if you had a horse, this game would be totally different.
Pretty sure.
She'd probably be top tier, actually. Imagine a woman on a fat horse and a mustache. The mustache is pretty key as well.
On the horse or her?
Both.
Oh wow, that sounds like the perfect hero for you.
Just imagine like an IX Mike mustache on the horse and LC.
Now I'm like fainting. That's too much.
It's too much. Cosmetics need to come out for that for sure.
Anyway, I was actually gonna say that this Clockwork is gonna be the biggest hero in the game for the first like 10 to 15 minutes probably. He has a lot of play potential in this game where both lineups don't really have that much mobility. Apart from like defensive mobility, generally you'll see Morphling can't really waveform aggressively that easily here. They can't really engage. Like I was talking about, SD can't really gank mid. He's trying
Top lane,
some
by the way.
harassment top here. Guess who's here again?
He's
It's
not
your
gonna
boy
be able to get
Clockwork.
Song off. Clockwork battery.
Really
is
swinging
too
those
good.
blades, but not happening.
And AUI being very smart about this in the bot lane. You see this mistake more and more the last month or so, I feel like, where the carry will be a little bit too aggressive and just get picked off while his team is ganking. But AUI very smart. Of course, has Replicate up anyway, so it'd be quite difficult to take him down regardless. But it's going to be a tier 1 for a tier 1.
The one thing AUI needs to be careful with is when S4 gets a blink, because, oh, he's actually going in. He should be able to morph strength. Oh, that was really close. I do believe that the duel works like Doom in the way that it silences abilities. So if you get dueled before you have strength morph on, you can't toggle it. But if you pre-toggle it, I think it runs during the duel. I'm pretty sure that's the interaction. Yeah. So that's the one thing that was about to happen there is what can't happen. He waveformed in, and if S4 was fast on his fingers there, he could have maybe even dueled him. But I think he got scared because that play from AUI looked like he had backup. But, well, they're top, so there was actually no play. If this is a trade-off of towers, I think generally in the early game like this, the Naga team is fairly happy with trading towers as long as it's like mirrored on the map. So the enemy team loses their tier 1 bottom and they lose their tier 1 top. Naga has easier access to farm without map control than other heroes do. He will still be able to push the lanes with illusions, and NP on the other hand can easier get starved. They're kind of relying on Replicate to take risky farm with the morph.
And with the resurgence of, I mean, I guess Naga has been kind of a mainstay pick for quite a while, but Clockwork resurgence, being able to kill that Naga in the semi-early game when Sleep essentially just counters everything. Like, what else can cancel Song that well without just layering perfectly well? Like, Battery Assault is just disgusting against that hero as long as you can get the initiation off, which could potentially be difficult when there's illusions up, but at least right now, not too much of an issue.
We've got Moonlight Shadow and Haste Pop from enemy. I think he actually showed to Ana there. So unless this arrow connects, which it doesn't.
You gets the healing ward off, but it's going to be killed pretty much right off the bat. Yeah, Envy forced back now.
Decent pressure. I think Envy was a little bit too early on stepping out of the fog in the tree line. He didn't have the fully activated Moonlight Shadow yet, and even if he did, I'm pretty sure 1 or 2 of his teammates were also in vision. So Moonlight Shadow is a very powerful spell, but it's fairly difficult to use. Yep.
But
Guess
it's
who's
okay.
killing another hero, guys? It's
He got his
your
ward
boy
off.
Clockwork.
Oh, they pinged it. So
7 kills in 11 minutes for MSS. He's having a really good game. I'm curious to see which item he goes for, because there's a couple of interesting choices on Clockwork in this game. When you're rolling this hard, sometimes you'll see Clockwork actually go first item Orchid. In a game like this, he can solo kill the Naga. He can solo kill even a hero like Juggernaut. He can actually solo kill when he has the Orchid.
you know what's funny? I've built that item once.
Poor stuff.
So I thought
This
it
is
was
standard.
really meta, but I got flamed.
It's a bit difficult, right? Because it's a kind of investment item in the sense that if you don't make kills with it almost immediately, you kind of end up regretting it.
Yeah,
like
but
5
you
to 10
can
minutes
upgrade it, Cinderin.
Yeah, Bloodthorn is
Imagine
really
the
good on
crit
Clockwork.
yeah, imagine the
I
right
can see
clicks
that.
from Clock. It's so good.
Yep.
You'll see.
This
He'll
is
be buffed.
elimination mode, not ability draft.
His BAT is going to be buffed in the next patch, and it's going to make a huge difference. It's going to get,
Nice.
like, ridiculously high. He's going to be the highest BAT in the game, I'm pretty sure.
The
Output.
highest BAT is the lowest attack speed.
Lowest BAT in the game. See?
Okay.
That's why you're here, you know?
Yep. To
Correct
make you look
my-
bad. Okay, let's see if Clock's gonna go on this Coddle. There's no tower to reinforce. He's actually, if you rocketed there, he would have probably got him, actually.
No tail. He has Song. Looking to dodge this arrow if it's going to come out, but not going to try for it his Envy. And he's just going to salve up, actually. No
Okay,
tail
let's
right
talk
now,
a little bit
2400
about this Force Staff choice on Clockwork. What we often see, the most common first items on Clockwork, I think, are Blade Mail and Force Staff. Force Staff is the more flexible item because it is useful for teammates. You can obviously Force Staff out of your own cog if you want to get out fast, or you also have, like, in a way you have a pseudo hookshot with Force Staff where you can Force Staff onto the target and cog, or you can Force Staff behind them and cog them back into your team. So there's a lot of utility in this item. In this particular game, I don't know how good it actually is against the dire heroes as such. Like, you're still going to get lifted by Rubik. Oh, it's a good arrow.
Yeah. He could spin TP, but
Yes.
Rose is here.
Really
I said I
should
wasn't gonna
try
call
for
him
that, actually, with his wand and regen rune. Oh, he popped the regen.
He's going to attempt to do his Clockwork, gets a kill on
Guess
Coddle.
what? Clockwork
Nothing
got a
new
kill.
there. Anna does fall down, though. So it's a 2-for-0 across the map in favor of NP. And bottom lane, S4. He better be careful here. Waveform does miss from AUI. What does S4 have right now? He has Blink, and the cogs will not find him. He's just going to Blink
Good
TP.
escape from S4. Yeah, so what I think OG need to do now, it's very clear right now that the kills are going NP's way specifically because of this Clockwork all the time. He's finding like every pick. Now that Legion has the Blink Dagger, I think he needs to try to activate his teammates. So I would like to see the Legion and Juggernaut go and look for a kill together, and preferably take it either mid or top lane so they can convert it into a tower. Their lineup isn't strong enough for taking Roche yet. Just killing one hero here isn't that big of a benefit if they don't get any secondaries, unless if they can catch the morph, but it's an unlikely kill. So we'll see if they get to do that. He did smoke up here, but he actually smoked alone. Might be able to get Envy here. The vision.
Oh, he's going to walk right back into the duel.
Omni
They actually
Slash,
enough
that's
damage with the Omni Slash should be enough. Envy,
Pretty
I
good
think
kill.
that... I mean, obviously he didn't see them, but that backpedal might have cost him his life.
I mean, by all means, this kill is good, right? I'm not going to say that it's bad to kill the enemy mid hero, but the thing is, this hero doesn't, or this kill doesn't yield anything secondary for them. There's no tower. Morph is farming at the same time, and so is Naga. So like the farm is even during this.
You know what it does for them? It adds 10 damage to LC's bank.
That is true.
How important is it to amalgamate that, or just stack up that damage at this? Like, is there? I just can't remember an LC game where you don't have dual damage, like 25 minutes in the game, and you still win because of that. You don't have much of a comeback mechanic. Like, is it really important to get that early damage, or does it not really matter that much if your team is doing relatively well?
It depends to a large extent on who you're assigned to kill in the game with duel. If his goal in the game is to kill Morphling as much as possible, then I think the most important thing for him is to get a Blade Mill, because Morph is going to kill himself. Then it's not so much about his damage. If your goal is to jump and kill the Shadow Demon, it's very important that you have enough damage to solo him. And right now, I actually think if S4 jumps and duels Rose, he won't kill him from full HP. Oh, no
They
tail. This would be a
smoke up.
really big kill. He got the
MSS
song
does
off.
not have hookshot as of yet, and that's
He tried for
gonna
the
allow
pseudo hook.
Naga.
He was a bit too late, though. He has it now.
He can still do it. Yeah, they're gonna see him,
Oh.
and he hits it.
Oh, he even knocks
Into
back
the
Jerax.
Cogs.
Beautiful
Arrow
play.
connected.
Very
Should be that Naga
nice.
time, but a beautiful steal from Jerax. Cog's going to push everybody away, but it's
Still
not going to
did.
save the Naga at the end of the day. Down, no tail goes. And Ana might be next. He's going to pop his Blade Fury. He took a little bit of damage from the waveform. Right clicks will commence. MSS looking for some Cogs. He's going to push him away, and actually it's barely enough damage with the right clicks to finish off the Juggernaut as well.
This is the kind of kill that's big. So they kill Naga, and they hunt down a secondary, and now they get the mid-tier 1. This is game-winning stuff. This kind of play is... This is maybe the biggest play of the game, what just happened right there. And the reason it happened was that they came together as a team. OG are split around the map and aren't in a defensive position to help the Naga. So, the Naga used a full duration song and still ended up being killed. OG were a little bit late to come in and save. There was nobody to stop the Clockwork. Oh, they're going to go on the Warlock.
They wanted
This
a
could be
Chaotic
decent kill.
offering, but, well, actually the arrow's going to connect on Legion Commander, so
It's
no
gonna get
dual
Golem
damage
off
one
now.
way or the other. And now the Chaotic offering with Fatal Bonds connected. Lots of damage coming out. SVG attempt to run away. Will not do so, and the Chaotic offering Golem will fall as well. And now, better be careful. Mirana rooted up. And they might just connect here on Ana, actually. The
great.
arrow connects, but there is the beautiful press the attack. And AUI taking the Omni Slash, but a lot of the damage is spread out evenly. Envy can try to get out of here, but will die in the trees. So they
Great
find
steal
two,
from
those
Jerax.
OG. And of course, Chaotic Offering was used as well. That's a long-ass cooldown. And
Worth
OG,
noting about Jerax here, by the way, he does have a lot of health. He stole the Morph earlier, so he has max strength.
oh, I love that.
Basically, this is one of the matchups that Rubik likes a lot because, first of all, you want to steal Morph, so you get a lot of health. Having the armor relative to having health is a no-brainer for Rubik. You lose a bit of attack speed, but let's be real here, you're Rubik. When you have a lot of strength, you want to steal Adaptive Strike, because then that is a really long stun for you. So there's, like, he actually turns... He doesn't only turn the one spell he steals from Morphling into his kit, he also uses the Morph on a secondary spell. Which is really, really useful for him. And of course, Waveform. Rubik loves positioning spells. He loves Blink, Shikuchi, Waveform, these kind of spells you can get in and out.
That's definitely a good Rubik game for sure.
Yeah, it's a really, really good matchup, hero to hero for Rubik. The one thing he can't do, though, is he can't force Morph to not cast his Morph spell. So he has, like, no kill potential on the Morphling, and he doesn't itemize items that help you kill Morphling either. So in that sense, he's a bit at the mercy of his Legion Commander to set that up.
Well, the longer this game goes, who do you actually favor? Because we have No-Tail obviously going to be picking up Radiance very shortly. Juggernaut pretty damn good against Morphling, I would say. In the mid to late game, once you get Diffusal Manta, at least draining the mana is quite helpful. But then on the other side, MP with the burst damage from Mirana, the initiation from Clockwork. I think the big, tell me if you disagree, the big hamstring here for for NP is the cooldown on Chaotic Offering. If you're OG, you just wait for the rock, you pop Song, back up, reinitiate once that Golem's gone. Or at least you have a way to reset in general.
Song is a very good tool against a Warlock-based lineup, I definitely agree. The thing is, even if there's a bad Golem from SVG or it gets counterplayed, it's like, the Song is also maybe fairly crucial for OG in some of these fights. So if you're trading those two off, and they're both decently long cooldowns, like, what's OG gonna do when Golem is on cooldown? It's not like their teamfight is just so vastly superior that with Golem on cooldown they can start knocking down towers, because the defense from NP is good. They have really good wave clear, they have Rocket, they have Waveform, Fatal Bond, Starstorm, and their team fighting is so much more than the Golem. We've seen how they can initiate with this Clockwork and set themselves up, so... I don't think it's gonna come down to the Golem as much as it's gonna come down to just, like, the flow of how heroes are moving around the map, whether OG can keep finding farm on Naga, and ultimately get towers. Like this mid thing for them was really big, because I actually thought that was going to be a free tower for NP, killing off those two cores, but they weren't fast enough. And then they got Warlock caught out, and they lost another 2 heroes, I think, and that was like a 2k gold swing for OG.
Yeah.
Getting those kills mid.
OG's grouping up towards top, but
even
little
game
do they
right
know
now,
there's a
okay.
smoke now by NP behind them, and in fact they're going to pop Mirana ult as well. See if they can sandwich in this group here as AUI.
Oh,
They're going to see him with the
he's seen
Sentry.
Very nice Sentry there.
They're going to attempt to back up. Anna, of course, has the spin TP available to him. Fly will get out just in time. And OG, safe.
Very nice play from OG. Generally, if you get off a Moonlight like that and you get this close, you get at least 1, maybe 2 picks. But
And you're
what
just
OG
delaying
do,
the game here, right?
they outmaneuver them and almost, like, they put pressure on mid, so they're forcing NP's hand to, like, move around and defend. And what NP would like to do is they want to play in this dire jungle as much as possible, like get vision out, limit Naga's space. The goal for them is to have both jungles, which is difficult, of course. Like, generally you only control one. But if they can invade and take over the dire one while they have, you see this ward they have in their own jungle, they actually have... do they have 2? No, it's 1 ward and a couple of sentries they have in their own jungle. As long as they can find the Naga and isolate her and kill her off, that's really big. So, yep, avoiding those kills, very important for OG here.
Well, pretty damn even game. NP with about 1,000 gold lead, and you expect that to go a little bit more in favor of OG now that the Radiance is online for Naga Siren. And is this just like one of those games where you delay as long as possible so the Naga can get as much farm? Or is there a certain point in which OG is like, alright, this is the time that we really buckle down and initiate and go for fights?
I think they have to delay a lot because Juggernaut is this underfarm. He has 3
Yeah,
deaths
that's
and
true.
only 100 CS minute 22. So this is what I was saying with Naga lineups. You would like to have a secondary scaling core because Naga can make a lot of space. Naga takes attention, pushes the lanes. This Juggernaut will be able to farm jungle, ancients, and stay not on par with Naga obviously, but stay relevant. but he needs to catch up. Like, basically OG's other cores than Naga are playing catch up right now, a bit. So, if OG win this game, it's going to take a while. It's not an easy game to break high ground on. And eventually, if they do win the game, I'm fairly sure it's going to be by, like, split pushing multiple waves into the base at the same time. Naga's in, like, one lane with Illus and Jugger maybe in the second lane.
And the fact that Naga's already top net worth, this was like even pre-Radiance, is a very good sign for OG, I feel like. Ana gonna force AUI to to waveform away. Meanwhile, Legion Commander mid lane gets more damage to her name, taking out 1437, so now 24
This
damage.
is a tower.
She picked up an armlet, by the way. And even Rubik, Jerax, pretty damn farm, has a Blink Arcane Boots.
He's not getting the
himself
tower.
as well.
Great discipline from S4 not going for that tower. He's going to give the deny over to Mirana. If he survives here, that's a good play, because it's not worth giving his life away to get that last hit on the tower. It's not just the gold exchange that there is. You could argue, well, LC gets gold, but you lose some of it again, and then the enemy team gets some. But you lose map control with that hero dead. Now, because he didn't greed for that, he's going to go for top tower. Almost get that. Back out from that as well. Nice ward.
Well, at
Now
least
if
MP
NV
are
wants,
getting
he
the
can deny
denies,
that
but
tower too.
yeah, they're having to rotate all over the map trying to chase him down, but at least they get the denies out of it.
OG are outplaying them pretty hard right now. Like, they just got 2 towers. Both got denied, but this is, you know, expanding the gold mine for Naga, basically. Now, easier to push the lanes further down, get more into the enemy
1437
jungle,
again,
get a kill on
caught off
Steve.
guard.
He gets a couple Naguls. That's almost worth dying for. Like,
MSS getting, he's pretty damn close to Ag, just about 1,000 away, unless he has something that I'm missing on the courier. No. And that is a very strong Aghanim Scepter. Oh, your favorite Ags in the game is, other than Caudle, is here. Nern, can you name it? Of course, I'm being sarcastic or facetious. I remember you saying it's one of the worst, if not the worst, in the game at some point.
Ags?
Yeah.
Legion Commander?
That's correct.
Yeah, that one is awful.
I don't think it's as bad as you're saying.
Yes.
It used to be
No,
worse.
it might be worse, actually. Now
What?
that you say it. It might be even worse than I'm saying. So I'm saying it's
No.
garbage, but it might not even classify
It's
as garbage.
situational, but mostly garbage.
Situationally garbage,
No, no, no,
and in
alright.
other situations even worse.
You remember the previous Ags? It was the worst, right? It's the never-ending one. Especially if there's a Bane in the game. You just nightmare one of them, and they literally never will stop
Yeah,
attacking
I mean,
each
at least
other.
that's fun, right?
Is that fun? Deleting 2 heroes from the game literally for a
Steve,
60-minute game?
I mean, I see the point. I actually, what do you think is the Aghanims in the game I would like changed the most? Which one do you think I think is just super broken and
Super
stupid?
broken and good?
Yeah, broken and stupid.
I hope you don't think Alchemist.
No,
Alright, Nyx.
no. But
Those are
that
the
one
two
is up
best
high
Ags
as
in the
well.
game.
But
Those
it
are the two
shouldn't be
best Ags
removed,
in
it
the
should
game.
just get nerfed. Necrophos is the dumbest Ags in the game.
But it makes him okay. I mean, even with like, I would put that as a top 5 Ags in the game, right? But
I don't
even
know,
with that,
it's
he's still
just-
not great of a hero.
I see that, but it's just, you know, if the reason you pick Necrophos is that his Ags can delete a hero from the game and not come back,
Yeah.
buff the hero. You know? It's so
I mean, how
fundamentally
many years
different.
has he been buffed, Cinder? And let's be real here.
I don't know.
That's
You
that's
see,
an
the
old
problem
ass
is if he
hero,
gets buffed
too.
again now and actually gets good, that Ags will be all over the place. And all of your pub games, you will be crying when you reach 30 minutes and you're against
Yeah,
Necro.
you just gotta mass spam, you know, Lincolns, Lotus Orbs, Glimmer Capes. A lot of items against that hero. Make him just garbage. Garbage tier. But I see your point. It makes it less fun for some, more fun for others.
Well, everything kind of does, right?
Especially LC Ags.
It's just, I feel like buyback is such a fundamental
Oh,
part of the game
arrow
that you shouldn't be
onto
able to
Naga
cancel it
Siren.
out.
He's gonna
Nice
live though.
counterplay.
S4 is there just in time. Not sure if he would have gotten the kill actually. Envy doesn't have like an E-Blade yet or a Dagon.
Surprised No Tail didn't pop this song there. I think that's worth a try. They might have been worried that Envy had a lot of backup, but they might, yeah, they actually don't have the best vision, so they might not have seen anything. They see him now.
Blockwork Ags is now online.
Based on
Anna has Manta style. Still relatively underfarmed though. 26 minutes in the game. I would assume is going for the Diffusal. That's pretty much the standard build these days. S4, is that a BKB he's building, I presume?
most likely.
You know, it could be... I don't know how good it is this game. Eh.
It could be a
was gonna
halberd,
say
which
halberd,
is also
but-
an awful item, so most
Yeah.
likely not.
If
That,
there
that,
was
that item will definitely get buffed next patch, like there is
Yeah,
no
I
way.
think so,
If
too.
you look at every other item in the
Alright,
game.
how do you buff it then? Goes through BKB or something?
Lower cooldown, first of all. The cooldown is 30 seconds. You compare that to like all other items of that caliber. It's 30-second cooldown and 100 mana cost. It's very expensive. It has about the same cooldown and mana cost as Abyssal Blade. Think about that for a second. That's actually... No, don't think about it. Just agree.
I almost vomited in my mouth, so I
Yeah, I
don't want to think
know.
about it anymore.
No, that item is definitely not good enough, I think. You know, the only hero that I regularly see pick up Halberd is Huskar, and that's just because it fits the perfect
Oh,
timing
Jerax.
window with evasion and strength for him.
Into Battery Slow. He's going to steal. What did he steal? He stole Battery Slow. Not really going to help him here. But the beautiful thing about Rubik stealing that morph at the beginning of the game is he gets those stats for the rest of the game. Like,
Yeah.
dying does not matter. That's the coolest thing about having Rubik against the morph, I think.
It's a really great steal. I think right now,
it's really
if he
easy to
steals
steal,
it
too.
again, he gets another 7 strength, so that's another 140 health he could get. But
Yeah.
right now he's at a good spot. 0 armor is of course not nice, but the
Worth.
nice thing about this for him is that he might be able to survive the E-Blade combo later if he gets some magic resistance. That is a pretty big deal.
Yeah, that's true. AUI, by the
Follow
way,
has
opting to
struggles.
go for Manta style this game first before the
Yep.
E-Blade. What do you think about that?
I think, given how the game is going, it's unlikely that they would be able to force fights good enough with the E-Blade to take advantage of it. So he's looking to match the split push.
Oh,
of Naga.
Anna.
He needs
He
to be
gets
able
hook
to put
shot.
pressure of his own.
All he can do is try to right-click, but it's not going to do anything. Down he goes to the... I mean, the issue for him is spin TP doesn't really work. You have hook shot, you have chaotic offering, and especially hook shot with Ags with such a low cooldown. It's gonna be hard to get away from him. He can't really split push as well as he would like. What is
Yeah, he's
what's
struggling.
Envy going for here? Is that a Lincoln's?
Probably. He wants it against duel. It's the main thing that can threaten him.
Now, the Omni Slash, it only blocks the first slash. It doesn't cancel
Correct.
the Omni Slash anymore, right?
Correct. Yeah.
But typically you'd get the Ghost Scepter or something like that for that anyway. But then again, he will have Diffusal by that
There's
time.
a good chance Jug goes Diffusal, but he might get a Ghost Scepter anyway if Envy wants to go E-Blade. I think they're making a mistake if at least one of them needs to get an E-Blade, I think. Mirana or Morph. They can choose to play the Morph without it. I mean, it's definitely possible just to go the hard carry build, but there's good utility in having an E-Blade in this game. So
No-Tail playing extra safe this game. Saving for buyback. I mean, this is kind of, if you look at his farm, a late Manta, but look how much money he has on top of that. So just wants to make sure that he doesn't get caught off guard and not able to
I
buy
think
back. Because
he's
if
gonna
he
wait
dies,
until he
can they
can
go
one-shot
high
the
ground?
Octarine. I don't think there's
Oh,
any
okay.
reason for him to. Like, the Soul Booster upgrade here doesn't really do that much relative to a buyback. Like, it does give the
well,
Illies a little
he
bit
waited
of health,
a long
but no
time to
damage.
actually finish the Manta, though. Because he just picked it up.
Oh, okay. I don't know
But
if
I
it was
assume
just
it's-
convenience or
Maybe, I don't know.
yes.
Like, if he dies, are they? Do you think NP can threaten high ground, or is that not really a possibility at this stage?
They can force the buyback if they kill him on his side of the map and their lanes aren't pushed, but that's a big if. Warlock's in
Jerax
trouble.
finds SVG, who gets Omni Slash to death.
And this is a big kill if they get the clock here. This is so much gold. He has a godlike streak.
Yep, they'll kill him. A lot of the gold going to S4, 718 to be exact. He doesn't get the dual damage, though. In the meantime, Tier 2 tower taken out at top. Naga Siren
Oh.
uses her song.
They
S4.
recall as well.
Of course,
The whole
he doesn't
team's
have
gonna be
dual.
here.
And waveform in. Mirana's going to use her ult in the meantime. Rose
Oh, they've
attempting to
stolen
run
Fatal
away.
Bonds. Ow.
Morphing up to strength as much as he can. He's going to get stuck in place thanks to the ensnare and brought down. That's 3 dead for NP and OG.
I think it's
Get
4.
everything
Rose
out of it other than the
nice
Tier
play
2.
by No-Tail. He has Gem on the Naga, so they can't escape with Moonlight either. He can't juke him.
Oh yeah, that's true.
This
Oh my
is,
god, how did he get stunned there? Did he steal? Oh, it was adaptive strike. Jerax
Stolen
stole
adaptive strike. That's
How
what I
long
was
is that
talking
stun
about.
for?
4.25 second stun.
That is sick.
This is Rubik's dream, basically, is
Yeah.
having this much strength and having adaptive for his team. This
Honestly,
is
the only thing you don't want to
very,
steal
very
is
good.
replicate. Less useful to him than the other 3 spells right now.
Even
It's not even
replicate
bad.
isn't that bad because then
Yeah.
he can replicate his own Naga and then he can farm. Even that is
No,
good.
that's kind of true actually. Yeah.
There's a Radiance hero. This is a very, very good Rubik game in my opinion.
But he by doing this, he really has slow attack speed syndrome. But
I know.
But the strategy is in place because they have pressed the attack.
I was
Rubik's
just
right
gonna
click
say
won't
that
matter.
you're a really funny guy because you made the joke that I was thinking about making.
That's actually not a good sign.
I know.
That's really not a good sign. Envy gets the invis. Arrow stolen by Jerax. Did he? Yeah, he forced Steph to take out the or to proc the Lincoln Sphere, which is now online for Envy. AUI has to go E-Blade next though, right? That's is there any other build these days? Do you go Scotty? Like, do you just? Is there any scenario where you skip E-Blade?
Oh, the problem here, this is what I was getting at. I think only one of them should buy it. I don't think Mirana and Morph should get E-Blade, because then they're so magic damage heavy that they're going to struggle against this, for example, BKB Legion. Like, how are they going to kill the Legion with their heroes? I think one of them needs to go right-click. And realistically, with Mirana going for Lincolns, I think she should be the E-Blade carrier, and then AUI goes hardcore damage build. So you see the old-school Morph build with Lincoln's Manta, Butterfly, Satanic Scotty, something like that. One of them has to deal the physical damage. It's something we didn't talk too much about with their lineup earlier, but it is going to be a problem, and it, to an extent, already is a bit of a problem. S4 is hitting a power spike right now that they can't really deal with. When S4 duels someone, they're doomed, right? Unless they get disrupted by SD. There's no save. They can't do anything. They can't kill the Legion during the duel.
Yeah, that's definitely true. MSS. Being chased. Oh, he walks right into the Jerax arrow. Of course, you don't expect that, because it is just a Rubik, a lowly Rubik. Now he's screaming at Envy, saying, "Why didn't you tell me he stole arrow?" What?
This is a very good pickup on Juggernaut. I think this build is starting to become the norm, and it's really, really good to get Maelstrom on this hero. Oh, nice duel.
Arrow doesn't connect, but hey, it's okay.
Good vision.
S4 with the ult, dual damage. So easy. 42 damage to boot right now.
So,
so you think that's
AFK,
better than...
but doesn't matter.
He's got the R button. It's all good.
That's like the ultimate.
Oh, actually, they're finding... Oh my god, AUI. Wow. He gets insta-give.
And now Rose is dying. Yeah, this game is falling apart now for NP. The problem is, this is what I was saying during the draft. Like, they're going to start to struggle when the Radiance comes out and Naga gets to split push these waves, because the problem for NP is they can't find their own place now. Clockwork did a fantastic job until the Radiance, but after it came out, he's struggling to find the moves because all of their waves are pushed all the time. And that means Legion finds plays and Clock doesn't. And all of these plays that OG find right now aren't just one kill. It finds 2 or 3, this time even 4, turning it into a mid-tier 2 tower. As I was getting at, Jugger has Maelstrom. This is a very nice item because of how many swings you get off an Omnislash. You can farm a lot, take advantage of Naga split push. He's going to catch up really fast now on the Jugger, this item.
So you prefer this build, this game, to, instead of Diffusal?
Yeah, for sure.
Which takes off the Ghost Scepter and... Okay.
I think so.
MSS, hook shots, and then immediately regrets his
line
decision.
them up, into
arrow, no Chaotic Offering for Warlock, no buyback either, and this might be the beginning of the end for NP. Yeah, good disruption, going to mitigate a little bit of damage, but how much
he
will it
leaped
matter?
already, he got
Mirana,
dueled during leap.
Yeah, 8 seconds left on that cooldown. He's literally just stuck in place, but he will still live to see another day. OG with that buyback from MSS will attempt to run away now. Ana getting
Nice
4 staffs. He has his healing ward, but AUI is here and all likely to finish the job. Nice hook shot, adaptive strike, takes him out.
Who bought
So
back?
2 for 2 with a buyback, yeah.
This is a lot of gold for AUI. I thought he was the one who bought back, then he would have lost so much of that potential gold, but he gets a kill on the Legion for 900 and a kill on Jug for 1500. This is actually a butter for AUI if he wants to buy it, almost. Could also see him go for the Scotty if he wants, but I'd be very surprised if this is E-Blade. But look at the lanes right now. This is...
I mean, knowing AUI, it's going to be something really weird, right?
Yeah, I was
Dagon.
gonna say it's gonna
He's
be
going
E-Blade, like on Drow, but that wouldn't be weird in this game, so not gonna happen.
It has to be weird.
He goes for the weird play instead, checks the rune, doesn't pick it up,
no
and
tail.
then wait for him. Oh, that's a good
Song
song.
of Siren. Roshan's not low enough for them to steal. They're going to scout it out.
Recall in 5.
I mean, NP are pretty low.
Oh.
That damage from Caudle is huge. AUI forced to Strength Morph out. Clockwork, that is essentially a dieback at the end of the day. AUI now on the run. That's the Diffusal Blade coming into play. Disrupted up. There's a Chaotic Offering onto 2. Will it be enough? AUI stunned up. And there's the duel. That is a dead Morphling, ladies and gentlemen. His buyback, of course. And now this is going to be a cleanup for OG. Warlock next on the list.
OG is one of the best teams in the world at playing Naga, and I think when you compare them to other teams, what they're so good at is, first of all, understanding how to play as a team around Naga, like how to make space, how to take advantage of the space Naga gives in return. And then they're just so good at using Song of the Siren. And I think that's still the ability Naga has that, on average, teams are the worst at using. The spell has so much potential, which is why you can even run Naga as a support. They just identify very well what opportunities they have to fight and which ones they don't. Oh my god. I can tell you from experience, getting killed in the fountain by a Naga Elu sucks. That's actually really one of the worst feelings. I remember this clip of Kuro dying as support, buying back, and then dying to a single Naga Elu next to his fountain. That's gotta be one of the
coming out.
most horrible
Shadow
moments
Demon's
he's
gonna save
had.
his Mirana just for a little bit, but the Blade Fury will take him out
Another
finally,
buyback.
and that's a buyback. And this is getting out of control in favor of OG. And there's the sleep to counteract the initiation from Clockwork, and OG's just gonna play it safe, and I don't see why not. Of course, MSS will have a hook in 2 seconds, but
They
is he
can't
gonna go
in.
for it?
So what
looking
has
for a jug.
happened now is that not only did NP lose the Roche and a lot of heroes, they've lost the whole map. They don't have a single ward out apart from the one on their doorstep. They have no real ability to push out lanes because even, you're right, AUI did have to go for something weird, so I went for Silver Edge.
I knew it! Well, I didn't say
I-
Silver Edge, I said something weird.
I think I've seen him use this build before, where he uses the Silver Edge to get in, and then break them, and then stun them with Adaptive, and then Envy kills them, I think. Chance of success in this game, very low, I think.
I mean, I think this is a game where you try something. You do try something.
God,
kinda
S4 went Halberd. Everything coming out in this game.
weird. Wait, what?
All of the garbage.
Yes!
They're taking
I
out the
knew it.
garbage, dude. He bought it to break Lincoln's, I think. That's the only reason. And if he needs... No, but
buy
seriously, if
an
he needs a
item
Lincoln's
just-
breaking item on Legion, he has the choice between this, Atos, and Force Staff, kind of. Those are the cheapest ones. He doesn't want a Force Staff. It's not good enough stats. The Atos is also not really good enough stats, so... I mean, this is okay, right? It gives him good strength. The evasion can be nice against a hero like Morphling. And then,
Oh,
then
God,
you can
we're
make
gonna
this
see
play.
It come into play right away, and that is a dead Morphling. Did he use buyback recently? Let's take a look. No, but he doesn't have it
He
anyway.
doesn't have it. I'm
And
afraid
that is a
this
mid-rax.
is no bueno.
I mean, this is a close to 25k net worth lead for OG, and they have the Naga. 39 minutes in. Juggernaut
Oh,
hasn't
they
really had to
catch
do
Envy.
much this game. MSS, I don't know if he can get out of this, actually. S4 pops the BKB. There's a chaotic offering, essentially on just one hero. And there's the song again. Coming into play over and over, and GG's called as Envy dies. So game 1 going to OG in convincing fashion, I have to say. At least past the 20-minute mark. Very
I'm very
nicely played.
surprised. Very, very surprised in elimination mode that they gave them Naga. I would not have expected that going into the series. I think that was the #1 best ban for them when their first pick. They could still get the Warlock that they got anyway. And this is just giving OG their comfort hand. I don't think OG's lineup is ideal even, but it's very, very good for how they like to play with Naga. They got the hero type of heroes that they want.
Well, if we learned anything this game, it's that Legion Commander needs a horse with a mustache, and that Halberd is a shit tier item that's only picked up to break Lincoln. So
remember,
with that
guys,
in mind,
this is professional. These are professional players. Do not try this at home. No Silver
That's-
Edge on Morphling
yeah.
and no Halberd on
that's a
anyone.
good point.
Thank you.
We should have that up literally every game, because I feel like that's kind of a problem. Oh, but Envy did it. Yeah. Exactly.
But you ain't Envy.
All right, so with that, we're going to take a quick break and come back with Game 2 in this best of 3 for the lower bracket finals, NP versus OG.